Yeah. Once again, the almighty Green Talons coming at you with a video of some very major important news. If you guys have not watched the Eagles play, shame on you. Yeah. Excuse me about that for a minute. Once again, intercepting the pass, going to the end zone for the touchdown score with 6 points, with Jake Elliott making the field goal kick to make it the extra point for the 7-point victory, which is what we got tonight. Okay, let's get down to the stats, or better yet, let's get to it right now. Jalen Hurts, 21 of 30-some attempts, 333 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But the interception wasn't his fault. The interception was tilted by, I think, was it Sanders? I think it was Sanders. I think it was Miles Sanders, I believe, or might be Gainwell. The ball was tilted by Gainwell, who the ball was tilted for him to catch the ball, but the ball tilted off his hand and wound up being in the Minnesota Vikings defender, who sprinted for about 20 yards downfield for the first down. But the defense held its ground. They didn't even score. But when they didn't score, my boy got an interception once again in the end zone. So, and that's the more you really can say about this team. Jonathan Gannon, I'm not exactly sure what score to give you today. From A to Z, I would say I would give you a B-. Because you know why? You had a B+ in the first half when you started to get the defense going. You caught quite a few blitzes. The defensive front line got pressure all night in this game. I enjoy what I saw from the defensive standpoint because a lot of us were starting to question you a little bit about your game plan call from last week.
Great run.
You know what I'm saying? And so, without any further ado, here's Nick Sayon speaking. So hold on just a minute.
Performance at a big time stage. Yeah, same. I mean, how many yards do you have? 333 with 83%. You know the stats.
We 2-0, baby. I'm all smiles, y'all. I'm all smiles. Nick Sayon speaking right now. A few minutes ago, Slay was talking a while ago. Cause he the one that had 2 interceptions for the night.
We had a timeout and with 15 seconds left. That was the one that obviously got us in the field goal range to get those 3 points at the end of the half. So he was in complete control that whole drive. And I thought that play was outstanding, right? When a guy makes a play with a little bit of presence in his face and makes that type of throw, I mean that's a huge play. Read the coverage perfectly, went with the plays. We ran that play earlier in the drive, and Devontae, it was slightly different, but the ball went to Devontae. Then you get a different coverage and it goes to Dallas. So that's just being in complete control and taking what the defense gives you, and it was a big time play by him that got us points.
Right.
Last year, would you say that the game at this point is kind of slowing down for him and all that compared to last year, and given all the work that he's put in?
He's put in so much work, and of course, it has. It's slowing down, but it should, right, for him at this point because he's a year out. He's a year ahead of he's a year further into his process, and we're talking about getting better every day, and he lives that. He's one of our captains. He's one of our leaders, and he lives the theory of getting better every day, and that's why you're seeing major improvements because of the type of person and the type of the player he is.
How much did it benefit the play calling that the change wasn't made mid-season?
I'm sorry?
How much did it benefit the offensive play calling that Shane was? You guys don't come in and not have to change things like you did. I know it wasn't a huge shift last year, but it was still a shift.
Yeah, I don't think it was all that quite that different. It just let me be in more control as far as the situations of the game. Like you saw us kind of go down the field and we're able to utilize our time in the 2-minute drill. I get you. It's a huge play. Yeah. We obviously talk to our offense a lot about, we talk to our offense an awful lot about if there's a turnover, we got to go and make that tackle, just like our offense did. And, we have a ton of team meetings about situational football, and that's a situation within the game that you got to be able to react and go. And it somehow got into Aaron's head too, right? To be like, I got to get this guy down and let the defense play defense here. So, that's just all the situational work we've done. Obviously, that's great speed by Aaron to track him down, and great effort by Aaron to track him down. And our defense got a turnover with Avante right after that. So,
that's right. Avante Madden got he got an INT for the first time this season.
To track him down like that, it was a heck of a tackle. I'm not sure I knew that. Yeah, and we don't. His jets are not on display very often, and so I'm not sure I knew that. That was impressive. He's a rugby guy, so I'm sure there's some tape somewhere. We'll find it. We'll find the tape. Yeah, there was. You can't just go in with one plan. First of all, the defensive staff did an unbelievable job of. With the plan, and the guys did an unbelievable job of executing it. And you don't just go in.
Hope you guys can hear that.
Put all your eggs in one basket, right?
If you can't, then you might have to put your ears close to the tablet to get full review of what Nathan is talking about, or what question they asking him rather.
Number 18, he's a heck of a football player, and so, but when Slay had to cover him one-on-one, he obviously did an unbelievable job. When you bring all the guys that on Slay's second interception, really on the one before that too, right? That could have been an interception. You can't help, and there's no help when you bring all those guys, right? You're in cover zero, and Slay got sticky in the coverage and made an interception, and that's what we see Slay do, over and over again. One of the reasons I always think that our receivers are taking steps in the right direction and getting better is because of the work they have to do to go against Slay and James in practice, and Avante and Zach McPherson and all those guys. So, Slay, that's why he's one of our captains. The way he plays, the way he studies, the way he leads.
How important was it for the defense to bounce?
I'm going to say a little bit more than that. I got some more I got to say about the game.
Yeah, obviously. It wasn't up to our standard last week. All the defense players will be the first ones to tell you that. And our job as coaches to put them in the best position we can. And so that was an important bounce back game for us defensively. And I think that again, it was a full team defense game. And we talk about Slay, the job he did on Jefferson, but the coach is putting the guys in the right position and the salt of the pocket that our front our front guys and our front seven really got with some of the pressures, and then when it was 4-man rush on the opening script.
Again, sorry about that. Got a bunch of notifications coming down on my phone.
And we wanted to go get a fast start. That right there, there was some things that happened in that drive. It wasn't exclusively to go no huddle, but the way the drive was going, we adjusted and we just said, all right, let's keep going with this. And Shane did a great job of calling it. Our guys did a great job of executing it. And we felt like we had them on their heels in that scenario. And we felt like they were tired. Now, we were tired too. There's no doubt, right? A 12-play drive, I think it was, to start the game. And we were tired too, but our guys did a really nice job of, being able to finish that drive off. And there were penalties, and we got to address the penalties. There was too many of those. But we were
I'm definitely going to address the penalties. Because some was called, and there was one that shouldn't have been called in the first place. One more question, then I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I have to say.
He's still a young quarterback. You've been around a lot of better quarterbacks. Does that part of it surprise you at all? How much control he has of this whole?
I think that it doesn't surprise me in the sense of that's how practices looked, right? that he's went to the right place with the football, versus different looks. And so a great indicator of how we're going to play in games is how we practice. And not just this week, right? Not just last week, but also throughout training camp and OTAs. And so I want to say I'm surprised. I've seen the growth of him. And again, we talk about this so much with Jalen. Like, why is Jalen going to continue to reach his ceiling? Because he's tough. He's got high football character. And he loves football. And so he's going to reach his ceiling. And it's fun watching him grow.
All right, now, enough of that at the moment. Let's start with the penalties. The Eagles got 5 penalties on offense alone, and of them 5 penalties, 3 of them were stupid, crazy movement penalties on the offensive line. And one penalty was actually a 10-yard penalty. That other one was a 10-yard penalty for a first down. Never for first down. 10-yard penalty that actually sent them back 10 yards. And they had, let me see. One of, I'm sorry, it was 4 5-yard penalties and 1 10-yard penalty. The offensive line had 5 penalties as a whole. And the defense had, I think, 2 or 3 penalties. So the Eagles had about 7 or 8 penalties in this game alone. Once again, the penalties played us, but damn near cost us the game. Luckily, we kept Minnesota on their heels most of the game. Because if not, the penalties could have been costly. And most importantly, the Eagles had, I think, 2 sacks in this game alone. I think we had 2 sacks. Should have been 3, because one of them got negated by Josh Sweat when he grabbed the face mask and drug the quarterback down to the ground. So should have been 3 penalties there. It would have been 2 penalties. So instead of 3 sacks, it would have been 2 sacks instead. So the defense did pretty well defensively. They blitzed pretty well. All the blitzes were timely. So that's what you expect from your defense. You expect your defense to do timely blitzes, because once they're timely, they are on point. So you just can't blitz all the time, because if you blitz all the time, teams can read you and beat the blitz. And there's been a few times that Kirk Cousins have beaten the Eagle blitz for first downs. Now, we won the game 24-7, which is considered by many a blowout, because we won by 17 points. Now, need I mind you, the Eagles led by 17 points against Detroit in Detroit and let that slip away, and we won that game by 3 or 4 points in this game. In that game. Tonight's game, the Eagles were able to maintain their lead from the first half to the second half. They could have had more points on the scoreboard, but some of the penalties prevented us from scoring further, and that was the doom part of those. The Eagles should have had about 20. Eagles should have had 28. It should have been 34 points in tonight's game. It should have been 34-7. It should have been, because 3 of those penalties was down into the red zone, and the red zone penalties can actually cause you games. Now, Jake Elliott was actually 3 for 4. He had 1 field goal that was blocked. And Minnesota Vikings took that block kick and ran it all the way down the field toward the 10-yard line, and the Minnesota Vikings scored. No, the Minnesota Vikings didn't score. They damn near did. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's still some things you still need to work out, but like I said in other videos I made before this one, the rust is no longer, the Eagles are no longer rusted. The rust is out. It's off. The Eagles are running like a well-oiled machine, and what I'm saying. And I was thrilled with what I saw tonight. I was completely thrilled from first quarter all the way to the fourth quarter. I was completely pleased. The overall team gets a A-. I get the whole team an A-. But the penalties, I give the penalties because, like I said, the Eagles had at least 7 or 8 penalties. I think the offensive line had 5 as a whole. I think one was a holding call. Two of those penalties were actually eligible man downfield. Those are 5-yard penalties. And the Eagles also had another 5-yard penalty. What I want to say, the Eagles had about 3 or 4 5-yard penalties and one 10-yard penalty. Because 10-yard penalty was a holding call, and that was against Mailata. No, it was either Mailata. Yeah, Mailata. It was against Mailata. Yeah, he had the only 10-yard penalty, and then you had Landon Dickinson had a 5-yard penalty, which was eligible man downfield. One of the other offensive linemen had an eligible man downfield, and so was Johnson. Lane Johnson also had a 5-yard penalty. So you can pretty much say everybody on the offensive line had 5-yard penalties, and one guy had a 10-yarder. So the penalties still need to be watched out, and the Eagles had 2-3 penalties on defense. So still some things that need to be cleaned up. Penalty wise, because Nick said that in his press conference after the game was over, that the Eagles need to clean up some things, and penalties is one of them. The Eagles should have no more than 3 or 4 penalties per game. How well the offense is running. They ran the ball effectively. I'm not exactly sure how many yards Miles Sanders had, but I know it was more than 50 yards. I'll tell you that much. He didn't get a touchdown score. Boston Scott didn't get a touchdown score, and Gainwell didn't get a touchdown. So the Eagles had 3 touchdowns. Hurts threw for 1. He ran for 2. And I'm trying to figure out what other ones came at. Was it innocent for a score? No, it wasn't. With 24 points. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. 7-7 and 21. And the 3-point field goal made 24. Yeah, so Jalen Hurts accounted for all touchdown scores. He threw for 1, ran for 2, and he threw an interception, which was a mistake in the first play because they were playing so well. And sometimes you gotta be very careful how you give the ball off to the to your running backs on screenplays, because that actually was a screenplay call, and that screenplay call led to the interception. Like I said, it was tipped by Gainwell, and so the defense had 2 sacks. Thank you, Jesus. So the Eagles officially had 3 sacks in 2 games, and they had 3 interceptions in 2 games. So the defense now should be plus. The defense should be plus. We should be plus 3. Should be plus 3. So Eagles defense by the end of this week Eagles should be a top 15 ranked defense coming in next weekend against the Washington Redskins. Offense should be top 5. So if everything continues to work well, offensive, defensive, special team, the Eagles should do real well. And here other thing I want to talk about also. Jalen Reagor gets no respect. Every time that man got on the field, Eagle fans were booing. They were booing. And then where the boo really got loud at is when he ran with Kirk Cousins, threw him a ball out of the backfield, and he sprinted for about 8 or 9 yards for a first down. When he did that, the fans got really, really loud, because I kind of had some suspicion that the Eagles would boo Reagor. I didn't think it would be that loud, but it was horrendously loud. So it's funny to me, you know what I'm saying? And it just to watch my team win like this lets me know that this offense and the team is on the rise. With all the additions has added in the offseason. Now, as far as Jordan Davis. Now, Jordan Davis should have played a little bit more in this game. I think I saw him on the field like 5 or 6 times on the field today, I believe. But he needs more playing time. He still needs more playing time. I'm not exactly sure what the exact hold-up is, but maybe his conditioning is not where they think it needs to be. So I hope he continues to work hard, because I really want him to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. I really want him to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. And Haason Reddick did really well, dropping into coverage and getting pressure on the quarterback. He did a pretty good job. Fletcher Cox got a sack. Like I said, it should have been 3 sacks. Fletcher Cox got a sack, and White got a sack. Them the only 2 guys who got sacks in this game. Like I said, it should have been 3. Like I said earlier in the video, it should have been 3 sacks. But 1 sack got negated because of the face mask call on Josh Sweat. So that's what I'm proud to say and proud to talk about. My boys, my Eagles. We did it. We are officially 2-0. Only thing I heard about, though, the New York Giants lead the division. It's now the New York Giants, the Philadelphia Eagles in second place, Washington Redskins 1-1, and the Giants and the Cowboys are 1-1. Cowboys still dead last in the NFC. They still dead last. But if you look at this division now, in the last 4 or 5 years, the NFC East has been called the NFC least. Every team in the division got at least 1 win. The only 2 teams with 0 losses, the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. They're the only 2 teams with 0 losses. And 5500 said something earlier this week, or he might have said something Sunday, I believe, or I saw a video on him earlier today, and he was saying that the New York Giants may be the only threat to the Eagles. He may, I believe, you know what, there's some truth to that. Because a lot of people thought the Giants were going to start out horrendously. No, they're not. The Giants are doing real well offensively, defensively. See, here's the thing with the New York Giants. The New York Giants have always had talent. The talent was there. It was the coaching. The Giants went through 3 coaches, I believe. Right after the coach that helped them win their last two Super Bowls. After him, the Giants have had 3. They had at least. There were 3 coaches. No, they had 2 coaches. 2 coaches. They had 2 coaches. And the last coach was from the New England Patriots. He didn't even last 3 seasons. He got fired after the second season. Now they got Mike DeBall, former offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. The same offense the Bills running now, he running with the New York Giants. So the Giants might have a top 5 offense like we will. Now, for a defensive concern, I think Giants are still, the jury's still out on the New York Giants defense. Just a little bit. The Eagles defense got some ways to go. And the jury's not on them as much. Because what they did tonight and what they should have did against the Detroit Lions. If the Eagles keep playing the way they're playing defensively, like I said, we got a top 5, we have a top 15 ranked defense. If they keep playing the way they're playing against the Washington Redskins, the Eagles defense should climb into the top 10, which will match their offense in the top 10. So a lot need to be cleaned up defensively, offensively, and special teams. Now, Steichen caught a pretty good offensive game plan tonight. Hurts, wow. I can't say enough about Jalen Hurts. I mean, we all were wondering, will he ever stand in the pocket to take a hit? He did that. That's what true quarterbacks supposed to do. You're supposed to stand in the pocket, take a hit, but deliver the ball. And that's what he did. He delivered the ball to Brown for the first down. Even though he saw pressure come in his face, he stood in the pocket, took the hit, but delivered the pass. He could have ran to avoid the rush, But I don't think he would. I don't think he would have made it out because the Minnesota Vikings outside ends had him contained. So the rush was right there in the middle of his face, and he stood there, delivered the ball to A.J. Brown for the first down. Now he broke the pocket when he needed to, and that's what he's supposed to have done. When you do that, you prolong your career. You stand in the pocket long enough to deliver the pass, scan the field. Now, here's the other thing I like about what Jalen Hurts did today also in this game. He looked off the defenders. He read the defense, looked off the defenders, and delivered the ball. That's why he threw for over 200 yards passing tonight. Had he not looked off the field, ain't no freaking way he would throw for over 200 yards pass. Ain't no way. So he's getting better and better as a franchise quarterback. Now, a lot of fans had things to say about Jalen Hurts, about will he ever develop into a franchise quarterback. If he keep playing the way he's playing in the next 15 games to come, I will say he will be the franchise quarterback the Eagles have desired and wanted. And he's making us forget all about Wentz. Don't get me wrong, I still like Wentz. Only a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? And so, but Hurts did real well. I give him an A+ because he stood in there and delivered the ball, threw for over 200 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, which was called. Like I said, the pick wasn't costly, but it was a mistake. And his passer rating should be over 80. He should have 80. He should have over 80% passer rating. And had he not threw for the interception, it would have been over 100. I think it was over 100 until the interception. You know what I'm saying? And so he spread the ball around. He spread the ball around to Hurts. I mean, not to Hurts. He spread the ball to his running backs, Gainwell, Sanders. He threw it to the wide receivers, Brown, Smith, and the tight end, and to Quez Watkins, who caught the only touchdown. Who caught the only offensive touchdown score. I mean, ain't anything much you really can say because, like I said, Dyson caught a pretty good game tonight. If he keeps doing the way he's doing, Dyson gonna become a head coach before season's end. He probably gonna become a head coach before Gannon will. Cause Gannon still kind of flaky with the defense. And the second half, when we did have to score, he kind of better. He played a bunch of soft coverages where Kirk Cousins was throwing underneath passes for first downs. So, but he did throw for 1 touchdown, but he threw 3 interceptions, 2 by Slay, 1 by Avante. What more can you say? It should have been 5, because a linebacker had a chance to pick off 1, and Slay had a chance to get 3, but he got 2 instead. So I'm not complaining. I'm happy with what I saw. I hope the fan base saw. You know what I'm saying? So I've talked long enough tonight. You know what I'm saying? And so the game, the Eagles threw me on Hurts threw for 20-some pass completions on 30-some attempts for 233 yards, 1 score, 1 interception, and he ran for 2. The field goal, the blocked field goal, that's all right. We won the football game. It should have been 27 points instead of 24. But like I said, you take what you can get. It's a victory. This by far the best victory that I can actually say that we actually won fair and square. The game against the Detroit Lions, that was not a fair and square game. The Eagles barely survived that. Because you saw what Detroit did to the Washington Redskins yesterday. So that's why they 1-1. The Cowboys 1-1. Giants 2-0. We 2-0. So this is a competitive division because every team in the division has at least 1 victory. It is competitive. We are no longer the NFC East. We may be the return of the NFC Beast, or the Beast in the NFC East. So, let me go ahead and get in video a sign off, because I've gone over 30 minutes in this video. I don't want to go any further than where I'm going now. So, anyway, this is your boy, the Almighty Green Talons, signing off with a victory. 2-0. Jalen Hurts, 333 passing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and he ran for 2. So, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell on top, so when I make a video, it comes directly from me to you for your enjoy and pleasure. And please give me a thumbs up, because the more thumbs up I get, the more subscriptions that I get, the more videos I can put out for you guys, and more better content. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just loving my Eagles, y'all. I'm loving them. You know what I'm saying? So let me go and make this chant right quick. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit them high, hit them low. I'm not hitting. Dang, I messed that up. Anyway, it's actually hit them low, hit them high. But anyway, I'm not even gonna do this. That just like I said, I messed it up. It is what it is. But anyway, Green Talons, y'all, sign off. Enjoy this victory, because I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the week until next Sunday against the Washington Redskins at Washington. Peace out. Enjoy the night, because I'm definitely gonna enjoy it. Even though I messed up our fight song, but I will do this right though. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! We got the victory. Let's do it. Holler back at your boy.